This is Kibaki video. You don't mind if I use this footage in my social media platform?
Mm-mm.
Can you explain to us why you're here, Mass and Cass?
So I ended up here a couple months ago whenever my husband passed away in my arms, and I went to a program after trying to kill myself by an intentional overdose, and I decided to leave because I was just overwhelmed with grief and emotion, and I've been doing drugs my whole life, so it was like scary to try something new and to not have them in my life. Originally I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I moved to Massachusetts 3 years ago. I was in Peabody for most of my time here, but ended up in Boston after my husband died, like I said. There's obviously, it's pretty well known, Mass and Cass, or methadone mile, or I think that's the only names I know, but the drug epidemic here is really bad. It's really sad how widespread and how non-discriminatory the disease of addiction is, and how difficult it is to actually treat. The main problems that we face here on Mass and Cass is the just obviously overdosing. You can just go out. Like yesterday I had to give Narcan to this one man that I just met, and I saw him in Target, outside the Target, and he did a shot. He said it was meth, but he overdosed immediately afterwards, so it had to have been cut with fentanyl. And he stopped breathing, started turning blue, and I had to give him Narcan, CPR, and compressions and rescue breathing, which I have medical training and basic life support, so that wasn't hard, but it was just traumatizing. And it's also traumatizing for the one on the other end who's being revived, because it's just, you die in the blink of an eye, it's just sad. And it, you don't want this for yourself. You never imagined, when I'm a kid, I want to be a junkie on Mass Ave. We all had hopes and dreams before. And unfortunately, with one way or another, we ended up using for the first time. But a lot of people here make money doing dates, prostitution, and that involves, you can either do it online or you can go walking on the streets, which is what most of us do. And you, unfortunately, you just go up, a car will honk at you or wave at you. You go up there and you just hop in and you drive off, and he takes you somewhere, hands you the money, which is typically only $40 to have sex. And they sometimes don't really treat you the best. They don't have your best intentions at heart. They sometimes will just rape you and take the money. Or right now we have more than 30 girls missing who get in cars and just don't come back. I have about 3 friends of mine were found in a U-Haul, dead, murdered, up the street from here. And so yeah, I personally I have taken to just selling my medication, because the risk of getting arrested and going to jail for trafficking, or even just getting murdered or whatever, is so high. And I've been raped before out here, and I don't want to go through that again. My mental health is just steadily debilitate, it's what's it called, destabilizing. It's getting worse and worse and worse daily. So my addiction also is getting worse right now, unfortunately. I get high so I don't feel anymore the pain.
What's your drugs of choice?
I prefer heroin. I tried not to do it because I went on a 10-year heroin run where I got high every day for 10 years, and I didn't ever want to get back into it, but I'm so sad and upset and just traumatized that nothing helps. But I like methamphetamine. I'll smoke crack. I'll do anything just to get rid of the pain.
How many kids you have?
I have one child. Her name is Zoe, and she's 8 years old.
How often do you go to see?
I don't see her.
What happened?
I wanted her to have a better life.
Oh, okay, that's
because
nice.
I was raised, my whole family has addiction in it, and a lot of drugs and alcohol and abuse, and as well as physical and sexual abuse. So I didn't want her to have to see me overdosing, dying in the street or in the living room, or, you know, having her just be okay and think it's normal to be around crack cocaine, methamphetamine, all of that, all of those substances. And I just didn't want her to have to see that or be around it or have, you know, the life that I did in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I wanted her to have a better life.
It's sad.
She's so
the
beautiful.
situation you're on is very sad.
Yeah, she I wasn't there for her first words, her walking, talking,
8
you
years
know,
old.
but I love her more than anything in the world, and it's better for her that I'm not in her life, because I don't want her to lose me, to get attached to me, and then I die, you know.
So what's your advice for young generation not to come to mass and not to use drugs?
Honestly, just don't pick it up the first time. You know, as stupid and cliche as it sounds, you just never know. Addiction is so tricky, and it's mental. You know, it's a mental illness. It's a disease. The definition of addiction is a chronic relapsing condition. And smoking weed, you know, that's controversial medically speaking. People say it's okay, it's not addicting, but some people do. They haven't really gotten the answer. I guess it's, you know, depending on everyone, but just don't do it. Don't get high. It's not worth it. Like, I remember I was like, oh, whatever, who cares? Like, you're just, you know, being around it my whole life, I thought it was normal. So, you know, there's that, but I wish I never did. And I see so many people dying on a daily basis and around me and in my life. It's just sad, and no one cares. New or shocking to see somebody get physically injured, whether it be assaulted or, unfortunately, their life might be taken and they be murdered or killed for over a drug or a transaction gone wrong or a robbery. My dad put a gun to my head because he got high and was like, he was tweaking out on crack, and he thought that I was somebody else, I guess, and he put a gun to my head, and he was going to shoot me. I have seen people get stabbed. I have seen people get beaten senselessly, so bad that it looks like a murder scene. I was also stabbed in the leg by my father because I wouldn't give him drugs. And whenever I overdosed, my own father didn't even call 911. He just went in my pocket and took my money and my drugs and left me there, and for my sister to find me. So, yeah.
All right, thank you very much, you know, and thank you, and God bless you, okay?
Thank you. God bless you.